Hello YouTube, this is Rhino Dan. I'm going to be recording an audio book. It's called Tracks. This is Chapter 1, The Sheriff. For 3 days, my gang, the Shooting Stars, have been trailing the armored Wells Fargo stagecoach, finally its destination into Nevada City. What a strange place this has been, gold mining paradise. I put my telescope away as I watch the men unload the last of the crates. My hand touches the 16th mark, the last sheriff that I killed. I nod to Rob, my second in command. He knows I must go in alone to kill the sheriff. If we come in as a group, it's going to warn the others. I may be a bandit, but I don't kill civilians, the innocent. Only the law men or those who intend me harm. That's the code of the Shooting Stars. I dare say the weather here is very nice for this May 20th day. Star's ears perk up. I gently rub her neck. Steady, girl. I think to myself, she is such a fine mare. I'm so blessed to have her in my life. We just make into the edge of town. The dirt road, a little wet, so the dust doesn't fly too much. Miners grumbling over their prices, feeling like they're being ripped off. A typical gold mining town. I've seen it too many times before. And there it is, the saloon. In a smooth motion, I dismount, landing with my spurs, making the clinking clank. I smile. I tie off Star so she can't get away, but she's a good mare. She's not going to run for me. But I'd be damned if someone steals her. That'll be another notch on my belt. The piano is out of tune. It grates on my nerves. I push open the doors. And there it is, the card game. I nod as I walk in. Men are looking at me with their slanted eyes. I give them a crooked smile. I stroll to the barkeep and I order a whiskey. He grumbles and I throw down a silver coin. He stops grumbling and he promptly slams down the whiskey for me. Everybody in the saloon watches me. I lean back in a smooth, keeping my eyes on the men in the room. With my left hand, I take a smooth, slow, and joyful sip until it's all gone. I gently place the shot glass upside down onto the bar. Each step, the spur clicks as I get to the table. The men look at me. I nod. They said this is a high roller's table. And I said, okay, that's how I like to play. I reached back in my satchel and pulled out some large bills. The men's eyes went really wide. They couldn't believe that I was carrying so much money on me for such a young man. I flip the wooden stool around and sit on it backwards. The men look at me. My eyes are clear. I don't make any sudden movements. They start dealing me cards. Right hand fingers silently tapping onto my pistol grip of my Colt 45. Any moment, one of these guys are going to draw on me because they know my satchel's full of money. I'm just waiting for the opportunity to see what happens. A card comes. 2 cards for each. I'm watching the dealer closely. It looked like he was drawing from the bottom of the deck. I smile. I see his crooked teeth. The man's voice, deep and gravelly. Do you have a problem, boy? And I said, no, sir. Let's just see how this hand deals out. Some other men, they folded early on. He deals me another card. I stopped looking at it. With my left hand, I rubbed the edge of the table. This table's seen some better days. I look at him. He deals me another card. I know he has a full house. Aces and kings. 3 aces, 2 kings. I know this is going to be a interesting hand here. The dealer blows his cigar smoke into my face. The smoke stings my eyes. My left hand looks for the cards. I act like I'm going to look at him, but I decide not to. My right finger's still playing in a tune that only I can hear on the Colt 45. Any minute, it's going to play a song of death for this dealer. Over the years of killing, I've gotten used to cocking my 45 as quietly as possible. I know any second, all hell's going to break loose. The 2 men next to me, they shift uncomfortably. The dealer, laughing, flipping over his cards, here he knows that he has won the pile of cash on the table. His eyebrow cocks, as if challenging me to flip my cards over to see what I have. My boots planted on the wooden planks. I flip over the cards with my left hand. Just what I thought. Not even a single pair. The man starts to reach for the pile. I kick up and stand up, and my gun appears into my hand, and I fan it 3 times as the 3 men at the table are reaching for their guns. The gun smoke and the violence is ended as quickly as it began. The dealer with a hole in his head falls back on his chair. My hand dances as the gun reholsters. I turn sideways so I can see the room better, making sure that the barkeep was going to pull a shotgun from behind the bar. Everybody, my hands are up. Hey, I want no more violence. The guy is cheating me. He was dealing from the bottom of the deck. And they all murmur, like, how do you know? So I grabbed the deck and showed them where the cards came from, and how each one of his friends had a better hand than me, and how I traced it back, and how the cards that was supposed to come out, how I was supposed to get the 2 aces and the king. The piano stops playing. Everybody looks at me in amazement. And then the sheriff comes in. The sheriff, tall, dressed in black, a long iron on his hip, his cowboy hat with a white feather in the top of it. He looks at me, and I look at him. His hair trimmed nice and short, a beard. His teeth pretty straight for a lawman. His voice didn't get on my nerves this time. Son, you have to leave town immediately. Keeping my voice cool and calm. Sheriff, I mean no disrespect, but these men, they went for their guns and I was just a little bit faster than them. I just came into town and I had a long ride from Nevada, so I'd rather not leave just yet. The sheriff's right hand's trembling right around the holster of his gun. I can tell that he's not used to handling violence. He must be a new sheriff in town. I still scan the room, keeping my hands high, but not too far from my pistols. I'm just as good with my left as I am my right. The patron in the back of the bar exclaims out, and his voice screeches, "That's the Dancing Colt, and he's part of the gang, the Shooting Stars." The sheriff looks at me. I give him a wink. He draws for his gun, but I'm faster. My bullet finds his true, straight into his chest. The sheriff keels over. I don't reholster. My hand's out. I only have 2 shots left. My left hand quickly draws the gun out. I sweep the room slowly, letting them know that I'm about to leave. The barkeep, sweating profusely, has his hands behind the bar. I know he's going for that double-barrel shotgun. I walk out slowly, no sudden movements. I leave the cash on the table. My right hand reholsters quickly as I untie Star. The people were murmuring and starting getting loud and rowdy. News of the sheriff being shot, traveling fast. Star with no protest as we ride out of town. I look behind me, there's no riders following. Thanks for listening. I will have chapter 2 up next week. I am just making this up as I go, having some fun with it. I don't have really time to write it out like I normally would, just because the writing and the editing, I'm too busy right now writing another book. So I just figured that I will just use my imagination and my creativity as a writer and just make an audio book as we go. So let's have some fun, guys. Thanks for listening, and I appreciate you if you're here at the end. Have a nice day, and leave comments below if you like it. If you have any feedback, let's go. Thanks. Bye.